I'm Mukul Soni from BTGO WebTech Solution Private Limited, and I'm happy to say now ERP Next has entered Eli Society of ERP community, and we delivered, I think, one of the world biggest project of ERP. Cost is in three digits of CR crore. The project is uh, transformation of legacy ERP to open source for urban department Madhya Pradesh. Now I'm tell about client detail. Client is Urban Department Madhya Pradesh. Urban Department is a centralized agency of state that provide e to citizens, personal lives and professional lives citizen of MP and a person who is investing in Madhya Pradesh. They create policy, rules, regulation for state. They work through urban local body. Now come to ULV, urban local body is a city. State have a different city, towns and districts. They are ULV. They are self-autonomous body. Means each ULV represent different individual company. They work under urban department. They execute and operate a service created by state government like property, water, rental, birth certificate, death certificate, civil, etc. Legacy ERP. Previously, legacy ERP was running on SAP ECC for 400 plus city or ULB under urban department. Means we can say one company have more than 400 company. Means one is a group company and 400 plus sister company. BTGO integrate ERP Nest with SAP also because system was very big and we can't replace legacy system at one. So initially we integrate ERP Nest with SAP also. Now come to challenge of legacy ERP. High cost and slot system. We know legacy ERP have a high licensing cost. Apart from they have a monopoly. Suppose government want change any rules in the framework in core. So need permission from different head office. It took time, or after that we came to know oh it's not possible. So lost license costs and policy was a challenge. Apart from because of policy, cost department integration have a limitation. So that was the biggest challenge. Inefficient manual workflow. Uh, System have more than 40 module, and we know each ULV represents a different company. Each company have his own rule for taxation and billing. So legacy ERP have a challenge to accomplish all in a single feature. So lot of manual entry was there in a single feature. So that caused manual error and dynamic workflow was not available. Of fragment citizen service because of limitation of cross-department integration. Citizen involvement was limited with portal, so it caused of government revenue loss. Scalability breakdown during peak hour, system crash, so public came to manual work. This caused revenue loss to government, and that was the biggest reason for shifting from legacy to open source. Lack of real-time governance. Legacy system have a cross-department integration challenge. So that's why real-time information was not available. Sometimes government wait 2 days and sometimes wait 15 days. No GIS or special insight. In legacy system, more than 30 third-party integration was there. Because of policy, all had a limited challenge. So because of this, real-time or useful information was missing from legacy ERP. A summary what I did in this project. We bring all 400 plus ULV or city or company into single platform under a single company. In a peak hour or Lok Adalat, our system ERP Nest collect more than 200 CR revenue in a single day without any deadlock. System have a more than 2 lakh concurrent user and 2 crore plus user, which is increasing daily day by day because population of MP here in India increasing daily. System have a 5 lakh plus departmental user, means 5 lakh plus user payroll generate every month. It's a huge payroll. System have a disaster recovery server also, so we are maintaining copy of server into another also. So 99.9% of our system is up to date, and till I didn't use DR server. It's a good news for us. What was the vision of ULB? ULB was a single platform for all ULB, because previously ULB was doing lot of work on paper, so they were not digitalized, and most of the work was manually. So they want system, they want all ULBs must be digitalized and operations should be standardized so anyone can use this feature. They want engagement of citizen in portal, so this will increase revenue also. So they want a single platform for citizen also. In government, every ULB have his own rules, and each time they can change. They don't need to take permission from chief minister or any commissioner. So they want system which is scalable at ULB level and more governed by centralized agency. Previously, real-time dashboard was not available. So what was happening, what is going correct or what is going wrong, so that is not available. So they want real-time dashboard for efficient governance. Government want open source, not for cost. When we talk about open source, no license code, not this. If we have open source, so we have transparency of source code. We don't have monopoly. Right now we are seeing geopolitical, lot of concerns coming. So government want open source, not because only amount, for transparency of code. They want to justify code of ownership also. Government wants single source of truth of data for all entire department. That was ULB vision for the CRP. Strategic impact. Previously, a lot of work was happening manually because this cause of error. With Dallas system, no manual effort. So all operation has, we can say, proper. So operation efficiency has increased. Now common platform is available. Citizen can do any transaction from anywhere, from any device. So citizen involvement has increased, and this also increased government revenue. Financial visibility. Now what is happening in system, immediately impact is coming on finance. So any person from hierarchy can see impact on finance anytime, anywhere in a single click. Governance reform. Along with government, we also support Digital India. Our system has integrate more than 40 departments, and soon all of the departments will link with our system. Cost optimization. We know in government, transfer has done many times. Suppose person is working in Madhya Bhopal, and after some time he went in different city. So previously in SAP they need training, but in our system, be part common system, a person take a training of one time. If he going to another city, he don't need training. So we minimize training cost also, license cost, training cost, and customization all is reduced. Migration from legacy to Frappe. That was the biggest challenge of this project. I went department and we got project. When we received order, then many investors told, Mukul, can we do this project because a lot of data, because data size is more than 25 TB. So I told we can do. So they asked how. They wait for time. We can do it. So government have 400 plus cities of multiple department, 40 plus module, 30 plus third party department. So we did lot of meeting with all stakeholders and defined proper process for mapping data. It took a lot of time, a challenge, but successfully we did it. Legacy system have a different code structure, different DB structure, and lot of data missing because in 2022, legacy system got a malware attack, so a lot of data missing. So we create mapping for clean data transformation from legacy to ERP Nest. We integrate legacy system and most of the third-party department through API, and then for data transformation. System was very big. Data size was 25 plus TB, 400 plus cities, 40 plus module. So we made planning for phase-wise migration. And before do any migration, we did lot of meeting with department, commissioner of IAS to understand all issue or challenge. Once we got green signal, then we start deployment phase-wise. We create training and SOP document for smooth adaptation. When we did all tasks data migration had done, we found for some tension system is taking a lot of time. Then we study why is happening. So we found some individual table size is more than 100 GB. So again, we did a lot of planning and divide a bigger table into smaller table based to sit in them. So it's make smooth our system and the speed of performance. Why free pay is good for government? Now government has a launch guideline. They want open source CRP not because of court, because of geopolitics and monopoly. When we got to government published a tender, and I went, I found a lot of open sources available, and we got that order. Then I kept on consultant. So a lot of region offered FREP as a no license code transparency 100% because it's open source. uh, Both community of Frappe, they are doing a lot of good work daily, and this is making iSat also. Uh, State exclusive customization. That point, one of the biggest point which uh, assign this project to us. In India, each state have a different policy. Frappe framework support, we can drive our system based on state-based policy. So we did this. Our system support Hindi and English, and some feature also support offline support also. UAV centric modeling. Because of this feature, I part POC proof of concept and we reward this project. Because each ULB represent different company, they have apart from state, ULB also have different his own rules. So we define state policy, then ULB policy, and we saw in this POC and we reward this project. For example, suppose Mumbai have a different tax system, Delhi had different tax system, and Noida had different tax system. In MP, same is happening for 400 ULB, and we did only one feature. We didn't get 400 plus feature for one model. Secure and compliant. Thank for repair. They follow all policy of government for secure compliance. ERP is back to we don't need any kind of hardware. So because of this, Frappe reward this project. Handling large scale data. 40 plus model having a system, and we count each model have on an average of 10 million user. Means each model have a 10 million 1 CR user. They are not doing transaction only one time. Some model or 10 million user doing transaction once in a year. For some model once in a month, and some model are 2 times in a month. So huge number of volume there. So we introduce a layer between Frappe and our system to maintain that level of user. We create a different dashboard using Frappe. So all inside or graphical representing dashboard which we developed using Frappe, and all data coming from dashboard DB through API. We did load testing for 2 lakh concur using with high confidence server. We did a recommend job, so jobs to delete. We create a static worker as a dynamic worker. A dynamic worker number was a reciprocal or system load. And we also find one thing in the laser system, what they are doing in 8 days. In our system, that is happening in 3.5 days. Our performance is more than 2% is better than laser system. We use heavy configure server for Redis for making performance faster, and we took a one DR server on SAN network for failure safety. Architecture is not actual, it's a symbolic because of legal policy we can't show in India. But our approach is similar this. Government want two kind of server, one for departmental and one for citizen. Government want two architecture. Citizen they want knowledge architecture. For citizen they want microservices, but they want DB common. It's practical impossible if we are using common DB. We can't develop microservice architecture. So we introduce new word hybrid architecture, and government agreed and we developed. For ULB, we took server, we developed using Kubernetes, we provide horizontal as well vertically scaling. We take different server for Citizen, in which we develop Citizen service using Angular, but they are fetching data from Frappe. We also develop mobile app. We develop two mobile app, one for Citizen or one for departmental. We develop iOS and Android both. We introduce integration gateway layer between ERP server and Citizen portal, because we can't open ULB server IP because security reason. Integration gateway we developed using Frappe, and we took only one server, different server for database, which was MariaDB, and we create different server for clone of MariaDB, the DR server, both on same server. Our web test solution. We are a ERP consulting firm, provide a digitalization and e-governance solution using open source. We are vendor of 25 plus government department, Indian Army, Indian Police, and some bank, and all we have a good reputation. And soon, I can commit. All department will use Prepare. Thank you. If you have any question, you can ask. Pardon? Server conference is very high. 128 GB is RAM, and actual configuration I can say differently. But server we placed our server in government premises. So server configuration RAM is 128 GB, but we use Kubernetes and horizontal vertical scaling both available in the system. Yeah, we use load balancing concept. We tested for 2 lakh user, and even many time we optimize our code also, because every time we test any query, how much time it is taking. If suppose if we are taking more than time, then we reduce query by doing lot of research. So we did development side research, we did server side research, and even architecture side research. So we use monolithic and hybrid both architecture for maintaining this thing. DB in separate server, but same network, not a different network. If we took different network, then no doubt later time will come.
Hi. So I was just wondering how you migrated the complete data from SAP to ERP. So did you use any kind of specific tool or any other mechanism?
Lot of research. Pool is once we have an approach or policy, migration what no challenge, but how we do it was challenge, because in 2020 they got malware attacks. A lot of data was missed, so lot of data redundancy was there. Indicative was not there, and again all department have their own policy and data structure. So first we decide what will be our structure. After that, we decide SAP follow different code, different DB. Then we make clear planning architecture in Excel, which column represent which column in ERP. After that, we start. So in which we place DB team, DevOps team, and planning team. So it's not a single man or single team effort.
So how was the ETA like? How long it will take to migrate the data to ERP? So because in ERP, as per the Frappe framework, if you need to do import something, it should be in the Frappe format, in the template format.
If you are doing a 25 plus DB transformers, so it can't be through ERP to ERP. It's through DB to DB.
Yeah.
But you need to follow structure of ERP.
Okay, then it's fine.